Part of my life experience is 3 deep dives into clinical depression. I've written about these things partly because I find it therapeutic to be real, as I show up in the world, as real as I can be, and partly because writing about it seems to be helpful to people who are living with depression and those who live with them. It's such a dark and difficult time, and it's good to know that it is sometimes possible to not only survive, but thrive on the other side. Very often, depression, and it's certainly been in my case, has both internal and external reasons. So all kinds of issues within ourselves, as I think most of us know, about vocation, about relationships, about living and dying, and then a world situation, which can sometimes get very, very tough, as it is in our world right now. And so in one of my depressions, I think it may have been the second one, I took a week to go to Kentucky to visit the mother house of the Sisters of Loretto, where there was a sister named Elaine Prevolet, whose wisdom I valued, and she was the novice master at this mother house of this Roman Catholic women's religious order. I was able to stay in a guest house there and meet with her an hour or two every day while I was there, which was very helpful. And on one of those days, just to kind of relieve the pain of the depression that I was in, I took a walk out in the country down a road where there was no traffic. On one side, a plowed field, on the other side, a plowed field. That was about it. And as I walked along, having something of a farm background, 2 generations removed in my own family, I knew that these fields had been harrowed, which means that a tractor pulling a plow with blades had come through and roughened up the field preparatory to another finer plowing that would lead to planting. And as I played with that word harrowed in my head, it came to me that I was in the middle of a harrowing experience. And when that connection got made in the midst of my diminished mind, because that's what you have when you're in depression, a poem started coming up like a little green thing between the cracks in the cement. And I worked on it over the next 2 days as it sort of came into fuller and fuller shape. And I've always thought that this poem helped, not immediately, but over the long haul, in helping me come through my depression to survive and thrive on the other side. So I'll try to repeat it from memory, see how well I do. I have the typescript here in front of me in case I need it. It's called Harrowing. The plow has savaged this sweet field. Misshapen clods of earth kicked up, rocks and twisted roots exposed to view, last year's growth demolished by the blade. I have plowed my life this way, turned over a whole history, looking for the roots of what went wrong, until my face is ravaged, furrowed, scarred. Enough. The job is done. Whatever's been uprooted, let it be seedbed for the growing that's to come. I plowed to unearth last year's reasons. The farmer plows to plant a greening season. So, for whoever may be living in that kind of darkness, if you have a seed, plant it. If you can plant another one tomorrow, plant it. And know that there comes a moment when the plowing is enough and it's time to let a greening season grow.